up and down in the range here, pretty much on the low end. So we'll see how this works out. Don't know. Yeah, looks like the restoration 1776 restoration group there. They're having a good parade. Talking to yourself and people will start watching, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't know how that feels. I don't know, talking to myself. Sure. It looks like somebody finally hopped in. Hello, whoever you are. I don't see you back up to 700 kilobytes. Okay. See, I'm bouncing up and down so bad on the signal, on the transmission signal. Oh, there's a piece of rubber flying up. Ruby Valley. Welcome back to Nevada. For you, Em. There you go. So how are you doing? Beckworth, I gave you the wrench. I gave you a surprise. I gave you all the power. I've paid attention to the good work you've put in on other people's channels as a moderator. So I already knew the second I saw your name pop up on mine, I'd give you the wrench immediately. That doesn't mean I expect you to always be in here either. That's why I have the ability to have so many moderators, right? So that I don't always, you know, you might be busy in somebody else's at the time. So, you know, I've got other people in there to do it too. Not a biggie. Come and go as you please, right? And here I'm going to show you our little our mascot emoji that we're using. I'm going to send it one time. Oh, you only mod in the one other, huh? Okay. one in here too if you want to be. If you don't want to be, you can still have the wrench anyway. So who is that? Sherry. You saw the video of me and X-Ray having dinner and talk that went on in the convoy, good, bad, ugly, and stuff like that. Wait until she replies to that, because I'm not sure what she meant. Yep, the little paw prints emoji is what we use for this channel. That's our little. That's this channel. The viewers have spoken. That's the emoji that they want to use. So basically, it symbolizes that we've already been there. Like going out in nature. You're walking around out in nature and you find the paw prints in the dirt. Well, then that animal has already been there. It's been through there already, right? They're ahead of the game. So that's our little emoji. Go ahead and feel free to use that on everybody else's streams to say hello sometimes if you want to. Yep. So I have a Cash App that's the $, Black Wolf Chris, CHRIS, Black Wolf Chris with the $. That's my Cash App. My Truth Social is the @ symbol, so it's @ Black Wolf 1975. So you can do the like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff, but you can also add those things in too every once in a while also, along with lots of paw prints. Oh, if I was buffering, so what I was asking was, you said something about, did we get everything taken care of? I didn't understand what you meant by that. Buffering then, when you asked if we got it all taken care of. I don't know what you meant. yeah, X-ray had dinner paid for. You know, I offered to pay and he refused. I offered to split it and he refused. I've even offered to donate back to his channel and he refuses. So one of these days I'm gonna get somebody to give me his donation, because I don't know what his little donation thing is, you know, whether it's Cash App or what, and I don't know how it's written or anything. But if I have that, if I know which donation platform he's using, which money platform, then I'm just gonna sneak a little donation in there to cover the. Welcome back, everybody. I know it was a long little wait between the last live stream earlier and now, but I didn't have a signal throughout that whole stretch. We're coming into Elko, Nevada. Yes, X-Ray does have a big heart. He really does. He really does. You know, I was kind of sad yesterday when I was driving through Wyoming. I wasn't able to really live stream, and so I was watching. I had some of the other live streamers up, you know. And because of the way the cell signals are out there in Wyoming, the videos would play like 2 or 3 seconds, and then they would buffer for 5 or 6 minutes, and then 2 or 3 seconds of playtime again. And that's the course of the day throughout Wyoming for the most part. But I caught, you know, that was the video, but the chat would keep scrolling, which was pretty cool. So I could kind of see what was going on just through what was in the chat. And people were talking about X-Ray being stuck somewhere and needing help, and I was like, oh man, I'm already in Wyoming. I could have easily met up with him and pulled him out if I'd have known, you know. Convoy X-Ray, okay. And is that on Cash App, Sherry? I'm in your state, huh? I'm going to Reno. I'm in Elko right now, but I'm going to Reno. I'll be there all weekend, because this load delivers over in Fernley on Tuesday morning. Roughly, where are you in Nevada? Because if you're anywhere near the I-80, we could probably stop and have lunch today. Then you get to meet my co-pilot, little Sid Vicious, that happy little dog of mine. Well, you're in luck, because guess who's coming to Las Vegas? He was in Iowa here a little bit ago, earlier this morning. But guess who's on his way to Las Vegas? Take a guess. sometime within the next 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how quickly he chooses. Slow it down a little bit. I just entered a slower speed zone, and they have a lot of cops here in Elko. Don't need to pick up a ticket in this town. Maybe I'll be buffering again soon. I don't know. It looks like this. I'm in the middle of town, and the cell signal is dropping. Love Nevada. Paul Revere is always between X-Ray and Paul Revere when they were out at Shelley's place. Paul, Bertha was dead, and they were getting the beast ready to go for X-Ray, and apparently something, I guess, was wrong with Paul Revere's car too. I don't know, but there was some stuff that happened that I don't know anything about that really drove a major wedge between the two. So I wouldn't doubt it from Paul Revere, kind of putting down or trash talking on X-Ray. It's sad to see it, but I tend to not want to really pay attention to that kind of stuff, For everything that I know about X-Ray, especially with my personal interactions with him throughout the whole convoy, and then even the other night, having dinner with him, he's a really good stand-up guy, He's a guy that I would want standing next to me for just about anything. I appreciate his friendship, and I hope he appreciates mine. I respect him, and I know he respects me because he's shown that, I don't see how anybody could be putting him down for anything personally. I just don't. Because, I guess not to sound gay, but I love X-Ray. He's a great guy. Very charismatic. And very easy to get along with. Yep, Sasnak is going to be in Las Vegas sometime in the next couple days. So, the only thing I wish people could do is, when they have a grievance with somebody, don't put it out in public. Handle your business privately. Handle it directly with the person that you have a grievance with, and leave it at that. You don't get out there and trash talk. That's not right in my book. Yeah, I know. X-Ray was so excited that I was coming that way. I was in the chat on the live stream the whole time before I even got to the truck stop. Good live streaming on that one. I was in the chat the whole time. It was fun. I was even commenting in the chat here and there. When he's trying to get people to guess who it was, I was playing along like I was trying to guess who it was. Because I already knew who it was. I knew it was going to be me. We played that one pretty good. I was excited too, I was really excited that I was actually going to get to sit down and have some time with him outside of the convoy, you know? I am going to be... I don't know if that fuel price is pretty high. I think I'll see if I can make it to the next town. That was $5.60 a gallon. Oh, I'm hilarious. Really? I didn't know I was that funny. Oh. Yep. No, he's X-Ray is quite a man, you know. And no matter how things play out in his future, I know he will always land on his feet one way or another. Yes, he does need a swear jar. Sometimes so do I. You know, I'm a trucker. I've got a little bit of a trucker mouth. I'm ex-army. You know, I'm an army veteran, so I've got a little bit of an army veteran mouth, and you know, so. It was a lot worse many years back, but I've curbed it quite a bit over time. It's just there's still basically it's like those particular words are more like a useful tool to more emphasize a point, or to be a little bit more colorful on what you're saying. And personally, I don't mind the language as long as you're not using the language in a specific derogatory or mean way. You know, if you're using it as a full embellishment, I don't see anything wrong with it. But yeah, your X-Ray does definitely need a swear jar. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He knows quite a bit. And I'm glad that he actually has found a way to make a living on that knowledge, you know, by using that knowledge, you know. I've got a lot of knowledge in all kinds of things, you know. Basically, I'm the kind of guy, my brain is just constantly go, 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 go. So everything in the world is always piquing my interest in one way or another, and if I'm interested in something, I'm going to study it, I'm going to learn it, I'm going to perform it hands-on, I'm going to become proficient in it in my own way, you know. So I know a little bit about a lot of things, you know. So like when it comes to repairing my engine, there's a lot of my engine I know how to work on. There's a lot of my engine I don't know how to work on. But if something in an area that I don't know how to work on in my engine breaks, I learn really quickly by doing, you know, so I learn it that way. I've got 1,000,001 different hobbies that I've gone through in my life, and I still enjoy doing all of them. You know, I love high power rocketry. You know, I love going out and target shooting or hunting or fishing. I love hiking. I love motorcycles. I love racing. I love trucking. I love I love a lot of things, and you know, I love computers and stuff. So like with computers, I know how to build my own computers. You know, I build my own rockets for rocketry. I'm licensed in all 3 levels of high power rocketry. So technically, I can literally put a satellite up into space if I had a reason to. Engines, I can work on most engines. You know, just all kinds of stuff. If it had anything to pique my interest, I studied it, like the Constitution. There's nothing in this world that you cannot do if you put your mind to it. The world is an open book, ready for you to just write your own pages in. Well, yeah, and when he dropped the B word, that's when her head turned so hard that she was practically, without moving her body, her whole head turned. I watched the video again afterwards. Her whole head turned so hard that she was practically staring straight at him. And then right after that, we had that other waitress come up telling us about somebody who was complaining about our language and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, we're in a bar. We're in a bar. It's an adult area. This is a bar. If you can't walk into a bar and hear at least one thing that might offend you, then it's not a bar. Yep. If you don't stop learning things, you know, I mean, at some point you become a dinosaur and, you know, the world progresses past you. And then you wake up one day and everybody's on these new fancy big devices and stuff, and they're all over the place really fast with it, and you're looking at it like, what do I do? You know, that's one of the reasons if something piques my interest, I study it immediately as much as possible and try to become proficient in it. You know, like another hobby, I love to forge things, mostly blades. You know, anything that'll cut. I like hand forging blades, knives, axes. You know, swords. It's just fun to me. Yeah, she gave him the stink eye, and then she gave us both the stink eye when her and whoever she was got up to leave. You know. Favorite part of the whole video, though, is after the waitress. X-Ray still had no clue who it was, but he just said something out loud, called them a swamp donkey. I was like, a swamp donkey. I almost had my Pepsi flying out my nose. You know, I had to tell him, hey, quit, put the fire poker down, man. Quit poking the bear. Yep. Now, X-Ray and I get along really well, and I'm really glad that he was able to come out and meet me for dinner, and I'm really glad that we got to share that with all of his viewers, and I'm glad a lot of you got to see it because most of you were his viewers. I think everybody that's actually in here right now were his viewers. Gypsy. Is Gypsy in here? It'd be nice if Gypsy's in here. I haven't seen him since I left Hagerstown this last time. Well, good. I'm glad. I was worried that I wouldn't be any good on a live stream interview / social event. I was and that's one of the reasons, like, throughout most of the beginning of the convoy, I didn't even think about live streaming because I didn't think I'd be any good at it. And even now, I'm still unsure. So, the more it grows, I guess I might get better at it as it goes. But for right now, I'm still not sure whether I'm doing anything right or if I'm actually worth watching, Oh, okay. So it's a different Gypsy. Oh, so I'm good at it. Well, I've noticed and he's still there. Did I lose the whole channel? Did I lose the live stream? Am I still here? Or do I need to reset it again? Oh, good. All right. So did you guys get to hear the train horn through the tunnel? Back to what I was saying, though, I really noticed it even more so when X-Ray started the live about a celebrity trucker he was going to meet up with, and I was in there the whole time, and I just watching him. It's like, he was some kind of entertainment show person, like a radio show host or a TV show host, an investigative report guy or something, something. It's like he was meant to do that because he's just so good at it. So you did hear the train horn. Nice. Here, tell me if you hear it again. Train horn and air horn at the same time. What town is this one? I don't remember. Passing the National Guard on this next exit here. Oh, this is Carlin. Yeah, we're coming into East Carlin, Nevada right now. Yeah, forgive me. Sometimes I have no clue where in the world I'm at. I'm just driving. So before they started doing their parade today, did anybody watch and see if they did like any speeches or anything first, or get up and talk a little bit first? Like, did Santa talk or anything like that before they took off and started their parade? I didn't get a chance to catch that. Earlier I was able to get in for a minute and see that they were in the middle of parading still. So. They turned it into a 1-9, huh? Exit now. And I better exit now because I'm down to a quarter of a tank. I need fuel. Now 540, 551, 545. That's better than the 560 at the town before.
Take the ramp ahead.
Here we go. This is going to be the first time I've actually ever stopped into one of those new 1-9 truck stops. I think they're owned by Pilot Flying J. Because an awful lot of the old Pilot offices have been turning into these 1-9s. So I've just never actually stopped into one yet. There goes a good Patriot. Coming this way, trucks enter on this side, yep. See, this one used to be a Flying J, and it's now a 1-9 fuel stop. Which, like I said, I think it's owned by Pilot Flying J in the first place. Oh, I got an auto diesel.
Turn right on 12th Street, then take the first right.
Guess I'll belly up to the bar here, right behind the covered skateboard here. See if that'll do. This one's got angled pumps. That might be a problem on my other side. Alright, let me get to my E-log here real quick. There we go, people. It's not going to be too much of a pretty view, but I'm going to be outside the truck putting fuel in. Traders in here will keep everybody in control. You know, don't party too much while I'm outside. And if you do, well, you know, shush. Keep it on the down low, right? All right. Yeah, they've still got all the Pilot Flying J markers on their signage. Let me see if my wallet, see if that's in my wallet, that's Pilot Flying J card. Is it here? Or do I have something else? That's a Loves. That's a Sap Brothers. Well, maybe it's up on the dash. Let's see. What? Oh, that's a business card, okay. Elida, Good RX, Snap Brothers, Panero, and Best. Okay. I don't know what happened to my Pilot Flying J card. I might have to get a new one. Alright, I'm gonna go get fuel. I'll be back. got my receipt. Let's get on back on the road. So put it there. Seatbelts, everybody. Put your seatbelts on. This, turn it off, neutral, start again. Here we go, back into drive. Gotta trick this transmission sometimes to get it to go into gear when you're at a dead stop. Gotta love electronics, right? Hey Jen, nice to see you. We just stopped and put 120 gallons into the truck. 658, yeah, almost $659. And it's that got me up to 3/4 of a tank. That's more than enough to get me where I'm going. Right now we're in Carlin, Nevada, headed for Reno, Nevada.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on I-80 West.
Spotty service at the lake, oh no. I've had a little bit of spotty service today too.
Left on I-80 West.
Here we go. Now I've delivered to this mine out here before a few times. Just, you know, rubber hosing and plastic piping and stuff that I don't know what they use it for up there, but they do use it. And it's a very, very big mine. Hi, Ashley. I imagine she's right there with you at the moment, too, huh?
I-80.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a course on how to handle some of the stuff in here, especially like using the Prism. How do I get it set up so that it's subscribers only, and how do I set it up so that it's like subscribers only that have been on for X amount of time, stuff like that. You know, I gotta learn a lot, because right now all I really know how to do is get it to go live stream. Clouds are breaking up. We're getting some. Oh yeah, no, his truck did get pulled out. They had a tow. He had a tow truck out there last night. Well, early in the evening. Because when I parked up in. When I ended my day and parked the truck up there at Park City, while I was in the live stream, people were already telling me that he had already had a tow truck out there. So X-Ray's doing just fine. kilobytes a second. Nope, 1608 now. And that tends to happen when you're driving amongst nothingness. Normally I don't drive, I won't haul a load during a holiday weekend. You know, like if I know Memorial Day weekend is coming, I'll make sure that I have a load that will either deliver Wednesday or Thursday beforehand. Tuesday. Circumstances. Mainly over the last few months, convoy time. I've got to run. I can't sit too much. But this load, at least, I'll be out there where I've got to deliver tonight, and it doesn't deliver until Tuesday morning. So I won't be on the road for at least a large portion of the weekend. Rafting, oh boy. Oh, he was raffling doilies. Oh, I didn't know Santa even knew what a doily was. That's awesome. New York license plate, huh? That's an old New York license plate too. Because it's not that yellow-black thing. Here we go, climbing the hill. This hill's not too bad. There are a few of them that we've got to go through here in Nevada that it's a long, steep climb up, and it's a long, steep way back down. I get to warm up a little bit. We're down to 36 miles an hour. 35. I'll probably get down to about 30 to 33 miles an hour before we get to the top. It's already at 34. Hey, take any guesses. Anybody take a guess at how slow I'll be going? Or what my slowest speed up the mountain will be? Take a guess. What do you think my slowest speed's going to be? Keep in mind, the foot's on the floor as far as it'll go. You say 15, huh? Okay. Alright. Well, right now we're at 34. We did dip down to 30 here a little bit ago. live streaming, come and tell me to get off the live stream so you can teach me some stuff. And I hope you have fun when you go to see that Joe Nagy. Always beautiful country no matter what you do out here. It can be storming and ugly, but it's still beautiful. At least to me. I don't know what anybody else thinks. It's just the way I see it. This is nature out here. This is just awe-dropping everywhere you look. What's the news in where you're at over there right now, Jen? Is there any local news that anybody might be interested in? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk later there, Jen. Not a big deal. Have a good day. Enjoy your time with friends and family, especially at the reunion. You and Ashley have a great day together today and tomorrow. And have a great weekend and stay safe. Drive careful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments. Say hello. Give us some topics to talk about. Tell us whether you like us or you don't like us. Let's have a nice debate. If you don't like a topic, let's debate about it. And please keep it friendly. Keep it peaceful. We don't want to feel like anybody's being personally attacked, right? Thank you. Getting to the top. So, the absolute lowest that we got coming up this mountain today was 30 miles an hour. Did anybody guess 30? Because I remember seeing 27 and 25. I remember seeing 15. Did anybody guess 30? So, who was that guessed 27? It was Silly. Yeah, Silly got the closest. Good job, Silly. give you a round of pause with a little Spock. Long and prosper. All right. Now what's it gonna look like when we crest the top? Love it. Oh, the signal's getting stronger. Good. Yeah, I'll tell you, this global warming stuff we've supposedly got going on feels pretty chilly to me. It's been between 50 and 60 degrees all day. So he was on the concert tours. I've done that. I learned really quickly that was very tiring. That was very tiring. You drive all day, or basically, the concert. When the concert is over, they pack everything up real quick into the trucks, and the truck driver drives straight from there all the way to the next show in one shot, and then has to sleep while they're setting everything up and having the concert. Ooh, somebody took their truck overboard here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hope he was okay. No, I hauled Prophets of Rage. I've hauled Black Sabbath when they reunited with Ozzy Osbourne. I've hauled the Black Label Society. Let's see. There were a couple of rapper type. One of them was a girl. I can't remember their name because it wasn't really music I was interested in. You know, I mean, I do like some rap, but not necessarily what they were producing. So, not to mention, I was so exhausted all the time. On some horses. One or two? It's two horses, that's right. I think he passed me a little earlier when I was climbing the hill. Or she, no, it's a she driving. Okay. Sunny spot. Oh, we went from 60 to 64 in the last couple minutes. want to stay behind me. This is the same guy that's been following me ever since I left Park City, Utah this morning. I would have thought when I stopped for fuel, he would have been long gone. We got another downhill for you here. Mountain in 28 miles, and then Winnemucca after that. Which freedom movement? I don't know anything about that. I know there's the American Freedom Convoy. I know there's 1776 Restoration. There's a USCLA or USLA or whatever that, you know, somebody who shall not be named is running. I don't know. I heard there were several other groups that had split off from the convoy, but I don't know their names. I don't know what they've come up with or what they're moving forward as. Still on? The comments seem to have stopped. Or maybe it was because I paused so long when I was coming down. What do you want to learn? What can I teach you? Let's see. I could pull down this pocket constitution up from up above me here, and we can take a look at that, right? Well, no, maybe not. I don't have my reading glasses handy. You know, I got a little old this last couple of years. I always had 20/20 vision my whole life. But this last couple of years, I've started having to hold books and menus and things out further and further and further, and now I'm having to hold them out so far that I can't, you know, my arm is as far as it'll go. So topic, see if it's something that I have knowledge in. topic. We'll start with that. How's that go? Believe it or not, these couple of little buildings here on the right, that's a town. And that's all there is to the town. There's actually, I think they estimate there's close to 600, somewhere between 500 and 600 old abandoned ghost towns in Nevada. And there's, what, thousands of old abandoned mine shafts in Nevada? Most of which, there's a map that you can get when you come into Nevada that'll show you where all the abandoned mines are and where the ghost towns are. At least the ones that are known. There's a lot out there. If you were to go out there for miles on end on horseback or something, and it wouldn't be uncommon to stumble onto one that is not known. Oh, the Constitution. You want to hear about the Constitution? All right. Who are the keepers of the Constitution? The only keepers of the Constitution. Can anybody answer that question? Yes, the only keepers of the Constitution of the United States are the people. Fifth Amendment. Can anybody tell me about the Fifth Amendment? I just opened up the book at random, you know, my little pocket Constitution right here. I opened it up at random, and first thing on the page that I saw was the Fifth Amendment. That's why I'm asking. What does anybody know about the Fifth Amendment? Yeah, it's kind of the right to remain silent, yeah. Alright, so the Fifth Amendment, no person shall be held to otherwise infamous crime unless on, oh my God, my eyes aren't working, presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Well, that right there kind of puts us, they've got us labeled as under public danger at the moment with the Emergency Powers Act. So basically, you have no Fifth Amendment right now with the Emergency Powers Act in place. Then it goes on, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put into jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled to be a witness against themselves. It actually says himself, but I'm saying themselves to include everybody. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. What does that mean? Can anybody tell me what that means? Right there in the Fifth Amendment, and it's not just about being able to remain silent. It's not just about not having to testify against yourself in any way. The right to remain silent type of thing. There are a few other things within that. What does it all mean? Defend yourselves. That's actually not in there. Not on the Fifth Amendment. That's basic. Yes, it deals with property in certain aspects. Yes. So basically, the Fifth Amendment gives you the right to remain silent. You do not have to incriminate yourself in any way, shape, or form. No matter what questions they ask you, you can choose not to answer. It also deals with double jeopardy. If they thought you did a crime and they brought you in and they had a trial and you were proven innocent in that trial, they cannot try you again. They can't say, well, we made a mistake, or we found new evidence. They can't bring you back into trial for the same thing. The double jeopardy, okay? It touches on the double jeopardy. It touches on the government cannot just come in and seize your property, none of your property of any kind, until you've been proven guilty, okay? Also, during times of war or national emergency, the government cannot just pop in and squat on your land, okay, or take it or use it for anything. But it also states that your Fifth Amendment right is mute. It is so when the country is at war or under a national emergency, like with the fact that they've still got us labeled as a national emergency with the Emergency Powers Act in place, the Fifth Amendment is mute, which means at that point in time, even like right now, you don't have the right to use the Fifth Amendment technically. Most people don't realize British taking over colonist homes. So our government, our military, nobody can just go and squat on somebody else's property. Okay? That's why I have a big problem with people saying, well, you've got squatters' rights. No, you don't. You really don't. Not by the Constitution. Maybe your state has done something that makes it possible, but by the Constitution, squatters' rights don't exist. So if we were to go into a civil war or a revolutionary war, or we had foreign entities invading our country and going to war with us here in our country, by the Constitution, none of them are allowed to be on your property for those, they can't just come and take your property for the sole purposes of housing their men or their soldiers or using it as a battlefield. They can't do that. The Constitution says that right in the Fifth Amendment. But it also says that if we're at war or in a time of emergency, national emergency of some kind, that the Fifth Amendment is basically on hold. It says they can't do it, and then it says they can in the same breath. Under special guideline, basically. Constitution in the Fifth Amendment also. So like you go to some of these states, right, and somebody is been arrested for a crime of some kind that they're suspected of, and there are some states that have laws on the books now that grant them the right, depending on the type of crime, to automatically confiscate all property, land, house, cars, all of that stuff. They grant themselves the ability to confiscate all that, but the Fifth Amendment by the Constitution right there says that they can't do that. So these laws that they've passed in some of these states are anti-constitutional. That's not a squatter in the White House. That is a foreign invading body, in my opinion. There's a reason I refer to that person as a demander and thief. Demander and thief. His house is off to my left, about 3-4 miles out left here. It's got a nice little piece of property there. Nobody behind me. Okay, good. And I am catching him. Okay. I was worried that I was starting to drop back from him. No reason for me to hang out in the left lane if I'm not catching up to him, right? Then again, I have been known to be called the left lane pirate once in a while. Vegan. What? Oh, people from Las Vegas, yes. Oh, yeah. If they impeach him, we get stuck with Harris. Sorry, it's not after dark yet. I can't say the first name. Driving by Braille. Now, did you notice that that American flagpole there? Did you notice that the flag was at half staff? That flag has been that flag has been, and this one coming up here on the right that we just saw, almost all the flags through here, and in a lot of the country you're going to see, with me driving anyway, I'll point them out. A lot of the flags. There's another one over here by the school, on the left. Can't really see it behind those buildings, but they're being flown at half-mast, and they have been flown at half-mast since the morning after the election. I see more flags at half-mast across this country than I do those that are all the way up. Not to mention, ever since this last election, I have seen more flags across the entire country than I have ever seen in my years of driving. That tells me the country is awake and aware. Also, there are large parts of the country where not only is the flag at half-mast, but the flag is upside down. Can anybody tell me what it means when the flag is upside down? If everything was perfectly fine in this country right now, and you're driving past somebody's ranch and you can see their flagpole and their flag is at half-mast when it shouldn't be, that's one thing. You know, they're probably got their flag at half-mast because they may have lost a loved one. Okay. The flag being at half-mast for most people is in solidarity. You know. So the flag being upside down, that's a distress signal. That is a distress signal. So if everything's perfectly fine in this country, not a thing wrong, and everybody's flags are right side up and all the way up at the top of the pole, but you drive by this one guy's ranch and his flag is upside down, you might want to go out and check on him and see if everything's all right. You know, but in this case, with all the flags in this country, that so many of them are being flown upside down, that is the nation screaming that we are in distress. We have a problem. That's a call to the military for help. That's a call to our own military for help against whatever's going on, be it a foreign invasion of some kind militarily, or like like what we have in office at the moment. And it's not just in that office, it's in all of the political offices. Every one of them. Yes, our nation is definitely in distress. Wondering who it is that's been following me for so long today. I mean, they've been behind me all day, and they're in their car, and they're like just a few feet off the back of my trailer. Every time I turn my signal on, theirs comes on. Every time I change a lane, they change a lane with me. I'm wondering if they're a follower of mine or somebody else's. Generally not a good idea to follow a semi-truck everywhere he goes. You know what I mean? Makes the driver feel unsafe. There's a lot of stories about trucks getting hijacked out here, all over the country. I shouldn't be too worried because I don't have a load that's really worth anything to anybody. At least not too much. I mean, it's 21,000 pounds of soap in 55-gallon drums. The fire truck was flying two flags. One of them was an American flag on the back. What was the other? Yeah, I've got a little micro convoy. That little car hanging out behind me all day. With the fuel prices the way they are, it makes sense to me that he's probably just trying to catch my draft so that he thinks he's getting better fuel mileage. Problem is, if you want to get better, if you want to see any difference in your fuel mileage off of the draft of a semi-truck, you literally have to be within 7 inches of the bumper, and he's not that close. Not to mention, you know, if you're riding that, even as close as he is, he's in the danger zone. If I had to slam my brakes right now, he would rear end me. Oh, one on each side, both American. Nice. Nice. Well, you know, the police, most of the police in this country, whether they're state, local, county, or city, they support the Constitution 100%. You know, the same with the fire departments. Most of them across the country, you know, the emergency medical services, EMTs, the paramedics, they all 100% support America, the flag, freedom, the Constitution, all of it, you know. And it's just sad to see how the agenda has pushed to try to get rid of all police. You know, they don't want to have the people of this country having offering any kind of protection whatsoever. They're trying to get rid of our guns. They're trying to get rid of our police. They're trying to get rid of everything. You know, there are places in this country where the state politicians have passed laws in such a way that it has tied the hands of a lot of fire departments and medical services to the point that emergency response of any kind is almost impossible to get. Like I don't remember if it's in Pennsylvania or in New York, but there's a county that unless you pay the state X amount of money per month, if your house caught fire and you needed the fire department and you didn't pay the money on time each month for the service, then the fire department cannot put the fire. They can show up when you call them, but they can't even put water on the fire. They can't touch it. And that to me is stupid. That is wrong. That is stupid. It's immoral. Rescue squad, huh? Good. It's always good to have people on a rescue squad. Let's see here. So right now I am 171 miles away from where this load will deliver. Let me redo my GPS for where I'm going to go in Reno to spend the weekend before having to deliver the load. Go to saved. All saved. The Melanie. Go. Start the ground.
Going to Melanie, find dispatcher.
Let's see here. Now we'll go here, we'll go there. Oops, go back one. Go there. Around, all the way down.
Going to Petro Stopping Centers on 1950 East Greg Street, I-80, exit 21 in Sparks, NV.
I don't know if you all heard the GPS, but if you did, you know exactly where I'm going. Anyway. Love how people can't seem to look at what's on the highway while they're coming down a ramp to see if they can merge properly or not. He's lucky I didn't have anything next to me at the time. Well, you know, it's always good when you have volunteer firefighters. You know, the ones that volunteer, their heart is really in the right place for the right reasons. But you get into the bigger cities, and a lot of them, it's not a volunteer position for them. It's an actual job and career. And a lot of people that I've seen in the bigger cities that are firefighters, sometimes they tend to be more in it for the money than for the fact that they have a heart and want to help people. At least in the city that I live in. You know, I can't really say much about other cities around the country, but I've noticed it in my own city. farm out in the middle of nowhere in eastern Washington state. And when I was young, I wanted to do everything I could to get away from it, you know, and I ended up moving into a big city. And now, after all these years, I crave nothing but being out on a farm again, you know. I'm done. I was thoroughly done with being a city dweller a long time ago. Just circumstances have happened in such ways that I got to be there for a couple more years, and then we can move around and go other places and see what we want to see, do what we want to do, and live where we want to live. Cities really aren't good for anybody. They're not. Besides, I want to be able to step off on any corner of my house or property and go pew 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 in any direction I want without having to worry about hitting anybody or anything that belonged to anybody else. You know what I mean? Able to go hunting on my own property. Like I did when I was growing up. I hunted woodpeckers, rabbits, pheasants, deer, and coyotes. That's pretty much the extent of what I was able to hunt growing up on the farm, because all of those animals was every bit of those were on the property, on the farm all the time, you know, most of the year. Years and a volunteer. Nice. When I was 9, I was running around with my dad's carbine semi-automatic. I had never seen a wild turkey in my life until I went to basic training in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, when I joined up for the Army. I don't even know if we have wild turkeys in eastern Washington state. Pheasants taste really good, I'll tell you that. Oh, I used to hunt ducks and geese too. That was only seasonal though. Just you know, you got to go and get your hunting license for the ducks or the geese, and you only can get so many and all of that. And the other reason for that is they only come around once a year. You know, they're only there for a few weeks and then they're gone. You'll see them flying over, but they never really congregate into the puddles or things that are left over from the rains and whatnot on your farm. I mean, I could have hunted quail, I guess, but I liked the quail so much that I didn't bother trying to shoot any of them. I never wanted to do that, you know. Out near Fort Sill, huh? Yep, I did my basic training and my AIT at Fort Sill, and then I was stationed at Fort Hood, and got plenty of deployments overseas into the Middle East, all over the Middle East. A bird called a chucker. One of my cousins, he's in the Philadelphia area, and he has a wife and kids. His wife's parents live outside of the Harrisburg area, and his father-in-law has chuckers, and he's got a trained hunting dog and everything, and he was showing me these birds and explaining them to me, and then he showed me how he for hunting, and I was just like, wow, I'd never seen or heard of one. You know? I was HHB DeVarty First Cav attached. So basically I was HHB DeVarty First Cav Bravo 17. The people that have been following me finally passed me. They are now behind that Estes truck with Colorado license plates. I think they may have passed me before too when I was climbing a mountain. I don't know. But we are down to 45. They didn't tell you it was gonna hit your shoulder pretty hard, huh? You're all welcome. You're all welcome. You know, I was young, goes for the same for just about anything in your life. Everything in your life makes you who you are. So we're up to 58. A little wind gust there got me, almost put me out of my lane there. Never advanced to 20 gauge. Well, 20 gauge is smaller. The higher number of a gauge, the higher number of the gauge, the smaller the smaller the shell, the smaller the round, the less powder it has. So a 20 gauge wouldn't kick as hard as a 12 gauge. And I know that's actually completely opposite of you know, regular ammunition rounds for like pistols and rifles. You know, pistols and rifle rounds, they start at a low caliber and go up from there. The higher the number, the bigger the round, and the more powder it has, the more power it has. When it comes to shotgun shells or shotgun shell sizes, it's pretty much the same as electric wiring, okay? So, or like ear piercing holes or whatever, you know, needles, you know, all of those things are when they measure thing in a gauge instead of a caliber, the lower number the gauge is, the bigger around it is. The higher the number of the gauge, the smaller it is. Yeah, your ex was in Vietnam. My dad was also in Vietnam. He was in the Navy, stationed on the Coral Sea during Vietnam. After Vietnam, he did his last couple of years stationed up in Adak, Alaska, and he was an air traffic control person. Both of my grandfathers, one was in World War II and Korea, and the other one was in World War I and World War II. Let him pick his branch, but he didn't give him a choice whether he was going to go into the military or not, huh? He said, "You're going." That's a grandpa. .30-06 is kind of like a .308 size. You know, a lot of the guys, you know, a lot of the rifles that came home or even during battle out there, out on the field in World War II, like I've got one. It's a British Enfield 303, right? It's a 303 caliber, which it's practically the same caliber as a 308. I mean, it's like minuscule size difference, very minuscule. can. The only difference is the shell casing. The round itself is the same round. The shell casing is the difference on that. So a lot of guys in World War II that had the old Enfield rifles, they took and especially the Americans, they if they had the old Enfield rifles, they would take and modify the chamber to fit the 30-06 round, or I mean the 30-06 casing. I've got one right now. It's still a 303, but I'm actually going to take it into a gunsmith and have it changed over to a 30-06, because the 30-06 ammunition is much more easily acquirable than the 303, because the 303 is hard to find. Not many people use it. Out here, big ones, and all the people that are in this town, they all service that gold mine. And there's a processing plant out there too, but that's literally like the only thing out here. To hunt elk, huh? I've got a friend over in Missouri that likes to hunt. He likes to hunt with the old powder rifles. And he likes to hunt with the bow. It's kind of fun watching him go out there and try to bring down a wild boar with a bow. off on the left. There are still some plots available, but just a few years ago, it was like $1,000 for an acre, and you could get through. And they were selling them in 3-acre plots. Now they've taken the prices down. Everything, the plots out here that are still available, they're still for sale, but they've taken the prices, the price down. I don't know what it is now, but it's got to be more than $1,000 an acre. Great, thanks a lot, dude. Turn my signal on, and you decide you don't want me in front of you. Sure. Now it's gonna take me forever to get back up to speed. Thanks. Right behind that Estes this whole time. That's the same thing he's been doing to me all day. And I know as soon as I pass him, he's gonna get right behind me instead of that other truck. That's if I don't lose my speed too much coming up this little hill. Out and got behind me. And I'm actually going a little slower than the other truck right now because of the hill. Because the other truck is creeping back up my side. Oh no, now I'm gaining on it again. Good. Here we go. The little hill didn't slow me down too much. Convoy hopper, what? What are we talking about there? I'm lost. Oh no, I get it now. That little car decided to convoy with the other truck, and now he's convoying with, by the way, he's right behind me again. He's convoying right up my butt. Everything looks green right now, right? In another month, this is all going to be a beige, yellow, dry. Everything's going to be so dry, it's just going to be yellow. So now I got another 167 miles till I'm in Reno. driving by me. Looks like I got 2 more coming up. Yup. I know where they are now. It's a good thing I was going uphill. We're up to 68 degrees. Casino night. Oh. Yeah, I might step into the casino. I don't know. You're not in a major drought. You're in Texas. You're in Texas. It's a major desert. You're not in a drought. Texas has been dry like that longer than man has ever been in Texas. Just my take on it. Yeah, those mountains are definitely getting closer. Oh, did he give a good speech? He always gives a good speech. What was he saying this time? Fill me in. What was Santa saying? Winnemucca does have a bike rally once a year called Runnemucca. I've never had the opportunity to actually participate in it, but maybe sometime here in the future I'll do it. Especially not with 3 sheriffs that got up ahead of me somewhere. I didn't see if they pulled off somewhere, or didn't see if they pulled off there. That would have been the only exit they would have took between. Maybe, oh, there they are. They're taking that next exit up there right now. Welcome to Winnemucca. See, Winnemucca is actually a pretty big town. It's got an awful lot of stuff up over. You can't see because of the hill, but actually seen any horse race there. To do that on the next town. Darn it. I was thinking about it and I didn't do it. Go ahead and merge on, buddy. Thank you. Oh, one thing that drives me crazy, if somebody's trying to merge onto the highway and I take the other lane to allow them the space that they need, if my lane next to me is open enough for me to be able to do it, if I let you on the highway, so if I give you that space to get on safely, and I turn my signal back on to come back over, I hate it when they speed up just enough that they're sitting next to your trailer to the point you can't get back over. Gun it. As soon as you turn your signal on, they gun it, and then they get right up next to your front end and stay close enough, that if you were to come back over, you'd be too close to them anyway. I hate that when people do that. They speed up and get right in front of you a little bit, but not far enough, and then they stay at the same speed as you, and you can't really get back behind them in that lane because it's too close. I hate that, hate that. A little bit.